That is a hit at a mile. All right, good afternoon to everybody. Sunday afternoon here, and we got the Thompson Center compass back out. So we had this out the other day, shot some initial groups with it, and I had a little mistake. I left that little red plastic sleeve under the barrel. So we're just using those as shots just to kind of help break in the barrel, and we're going to reshoot some of these groups. I got some charges with Varget and with CFE223. Before we get started, I'm going to tell you a little bit about this rifle. This is the Thompson Center compass I picked up from Kentucky Gun Company last month for $259. It came with a $50 rebate, which I received in less than 2 weeks. We have a Evolution Gunworks 20 MOA base, the SWFA fixed 20 by 42 scope, come with a free rings bubble level. We have a ragged hull single shot loading block we'll be using in this rifle, so we won't be using the factory magazine. This enables you to single feed. We have the eBay Atlas up front with a little bipod stud pick adapter on here. We got a cheap eBay muzzle brake, and we've done a little bit of trigger work to this rifle. So today is about 40 degrees, maybe just a little bit under. It's a little chilly out. We have a breeze coming back at me, 5 miles an hour, maybe a little bit more. Shouldn't affect. Hopefully the sound in the microphone ain't too bad. Trying to shield the microphone away from the wind. So we're gonna get started today with shooting some Varget. We have 43.7, 44 grains, and 44.4 grains. Shooting 100 yards at 1-inch dots. We have the chronograph set up today, so let's get some velocities. And let's get started. Our first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups today will be 4 shots, and the last 2 will be 5 shots. The next charge is going to be 44 grains of Varget. Next will be 44.4 grains of Varget. So we're switching over to CFE223. We're going to start with 46 grains. Next is going to be 46.4 grains of CFE223. Felt a little hang fire on that one. I don't know what the deal was. I felt the striker fall, and then it went bang. It cratered the primer, but it doesn't really show any pressure. It's kind of weird. Keep an eye on it. So that is our best group so far. The first shot was the hang fire, so it went a little high, and the other ones are all right there. So that's the best group we've really shot with this rifle so far. So that charge there might be something we want to look at. So we're going to jump up to 5-shot groups now. So this is 46.8 grains of CFE223. group went to crap quick. So we got one charge left of 47.2 grains, CFE223, 5 shots. Change my string on the chronograph here. Still good on pressure. And our final shot. I'll go ahead and give you a look at the brass here. First 3 rows are the Varget, and then the 4, 5, 6, and 7 are the CFE223. That is the round that gave us our little hangfire. You can kind of see how that cratered, but the edges of the primer are still round. So that was a funny feeling. First time I've really ever had a hangfire. Don't know the reason for it, but this hotter load of CFE might show just a hint of cratering around that. But like I said, the edges are still kind of round, so we'll see what our firing pin does as we go forward. So let's go get the target down, measure it, and see what we did. So to start out with, here are our groups from the other day when I had this little red sleeve wedged between the barrel and the stock, and I shot all the groups, but probably just the last 2 or 3 is when I realized it. So we shot 43.4 grains. I'm not measuring this out, but that's 2 inches. 43.7 is where we started today, and that's just under 2 inches. That's probably 1 3/4. Our best group the other day was 44 grains, and that's just about 1 inch, maybe just a hair over 1 inch. And 43.5 put 4 over here and 1 1/4 and had about a 2.5 inch group. So the first, second, third, and a few of the shots here was with this. So I just kind of deleted that video, never did put it together. And our results today are about the same. 43.7, 1.6 inch group. I only had one reading on the chronograph of 25.49. Jumping up to 44 grains, we had a 1.3 inch group. We got all 4 shots, had a 26.17 average, standard deviation of 49. Chronograph today was just so-so. Just, I don't know if I believe all the shots. 44 grains, we was at a 2 inch group, 26.63, all 4 red, and a 46 on the standard deviation. So I'm thinking Varget is definitely not really the powder to use here. We may have other issues, but the CFE was not much better, but we did have one good group. Our 46 grains, 1.7 inch group, we had 2 readings of a 26.27 average. Our best group come at 46.4 grains. This is the group that had the hangfire, and that is it. Our remaining 4 shots measured .888. All 4 shots red, 26.32 average with a 41 on the standard deviation. So that is the only good group I had today. So we may reload that and see if it repeats itself or if it was a fluke. Going up to 46.8, we had a 2.5 inch group. We had 3 shots red on the chronograph of 26.34. So not a lot of jump on the velocity here. We got 26.27, 26.32, and 26.34. We did have quite a bit of a jump going to 47.2. We had a 1.7 inch group. We had 2 shots red at 27.01 average and a standard deviation of 3 on those 2 shots. So we got some decisions to make on this rifle. We have about 50 more rounds of these Speer bullets. So really in 308 powder, that's about all I have that'll work with it. So we can load up a few more of that good group with the CFE. I do want to try that, and we may look into some different powder, but I don't know. What could be wrong is, one, the gun just does not shoot good, or it does not shoot good yet. We have this eBay muzzle brake on that could be affecting the groups. It could be a bad design and, you know, just not working well. It may not like these 168 grain bullets. Like I said, this is a 1 in 12 twist. It's a little bit slow, It may prefer a lighter bullet. I think Hornady has an ELD bullet around the 150 grain range. It might be worth looking at. There's a few other things we can tweak our loads with, but you know, it's not looking to a good start so far. I'm not giving up. I still think I can make this rifle shoot. I'll check the rifle over later tonight. I haven't cleaned it yet. I always swab the bores out with dry patch when they're new. This is about 50 rounds through the gun now, so we may go ahead and just give it a little bit of a cleaning, and we'll go back out and try it again. But I think our next video, I'm going to load up a few more of that CFE223, the 46.4 charge, the one we had our hangfire on. And the hangfire, I don't know what went on there. Really, I think primer is the only reason that I could think, but it did go off. But I definitely felt the firing pin strike, and then it went off after that. There was a slight delay, and the shot actually went high. So we had 4 in a .888 group, so I think that's what we're going to do next, is shoot that again and see if it repeats itself. So not a real good start with the compass today. The groups the other day I thought were really bad because of that little spacer, but I don't really think that had any effect on it at all. So that's going to wrap up today's video. Thank everybody for watching, and we'll see you later.